She doesn't love you. She never did. She just needed you to believe she did. Does that sting? Good. Because pain is the one teacher that never lies to you. Go look in the mirror. What do you see? That good man who treats her like a queen? The polite gentleman who opens doors, tells her she's beautiful every morning, and never forgets an anniversary? That man is invisible to her. Worse than invisible. Predictable. And in the secret language of female desire, predictable is the same as dead. Every woman carries a monster inside her. It's in her DNA. She doesn't fully understand it herself, but it's there. A primal program that rejects the man who worships her and pulls her toward the one who challenges her. You ever wonder why women say they want a sensitive man and then end up with the guy who makes them cry? It's not masochism. It's biology. For millions of years, the women who survived were the ones who chose the warrior over the poet, the hunter over the philosopher, the man who could kill for her, not the one who would die for her. That wiring is still running every single day. You think love is about communication, understanding, tenderness. She says she believes that too. She's lying. Her body doesn't lie, and it reacts most intensely to the man who challenges her, who doesn't need her, who isn't afraid to confront her. Ever notice how her eyes light up when she talks about the ex who treated her badly, or the arrogant boss she claims to hate? That glow isn't trauma. It's pure, unfiltered desire. The monster she wants isn't abusive, isn't cruel. It's something more dangerous: unpredictability. He's the man who can't be tamed, categorized, or controlled. And you? You're an open book. She can tell you exactly what you'll say, how you'll react, what you'll do in any situation. You're safe. You're stable. You're everything she says she wants, which is exactly why her biology rejects you. Schopenhauer said love is nature's trick to keep the species going. He wasn't wrong, but he missed the darker truth. Love isn't just a trick, it's a war. And in that war, the civilized man loses every time. When she says she wants emotional connection, she doesn't mean endless comfort. She means feeling. The strongest feelings come from uncertainty, from risk, from controlled danger. The monster makes her wonder, does he love me? Does he not? Will he call? Is he with someone else? That roller coaster is addictive. Your unconditional love, your constant availability, that's rehab. You're the methadone when she's craving heroin. Even Napoleon, Emperor of Europe, couldn't conquer Josephine. He wrote desperate letters from the battlefield while she entertained others back in Paris. The most powerful man in the world, reduced to begging. Sound familiar? Because you've done it too. Pleading for crumbs of her attention while she's hosting banquets for men who didn't even ask. The monster never begs. He's hungry, yes, but not for her. His hunger is for conquest, for purpose, for power. That hunger is the very thing she can't satisfy, and it drives her insane. Women aren't consciously masochistic. They're instinctive strategists. They want the man whose attention is valuable because it's rare. If your attention is free, unlimited, and unconditional, it's worth nothing. Think about when you were a kid and wanted that toy you couldn't have. You obsessed over it until you got it. 2 weeks later, it was forgotten in the corner. That's you. The toy she can have anytime. Predictable. Forgettable. The monster? He's the toy behind the glass. Always there, but never fully hers. Hobbes said, man is a wolf to man. Wrong. Man is a lamb to woman. When he forgets he was born a wolf. You want to know why she lost interest? Stop obsessing over what you did wrong. Look at what you stopped doing right. You stopped being dangerous, not physically, existentially. You stopped being a force of nature and became furniture. Useful, comfortable, easy to ignore. The monster has 3 traits you've lost, or maybe never had. 1. A purpose bigger than her. He doesn't live for her. She's a part of his life, not the center of it. His mission, his obsession, his pursuit, that's his oxygen. And she finds it intoxicating to be with a man like that. 2. The power to say no. When was the last time you did that? The monster says no without guilt, without explanation, and every no is an unintentional aphrodisiac. 3. Emotional mystery. You pour your feelings out like a teenager in love for the first time. The monster leaves silences she's desperate to fill, not as a game, but as a natural way of being. You were pure act, everything exposed, nothing left to discover. The monster is pure potential, power that could explode at any moment but chooses not to. That tension between what he could do and what he chooses to do, that's what keeps her hooked. Ever notice how she obsesses over the guy who doesn't reply right away? Checks her phone every 2 minutes for his message. It's not because he's better than you. It's because, consciously or not, he understands that desire lives in tension, not constant satisfaction. You've killed all tension. You're available at the speed of a text message, and then you wonder why she'd rather thirst than drown in your endless attention. Nietzsche said, God is dead. What he didn't say is that with him died the last man many women could truly respect. Because the modern monster isn't the gym bro flexing in the mirror. That's just another lamb in a wolf costume. The real monster is subtle, lethal in a quiet way. He could destroy, but chooses to build. He could hurt, but chooses to heal. And she knows deep down that he could destroy if he had to. Why do women fantasize about vampires, mafia bosses, dangerous men tamed by love? It's not about violence. It's about contained power. You've killed your beast. You sacrificed it to be liked, accepted, validated. And with it, your deepest source of attraction died. Women smell weakness, like sharks smell blood. It's not conscious, not malicious. It's survival. A woman can't trust her future or her children's future to a man who can't even protect himself. Protect from what in the 21st century? From mediocrity, from conformity, from spiritual death, the slow decay of a man with no purpose. And that is exactly what the monster protects himself from. The moment you allow your dream to exist only in the someday, you have already killed it. You've made it safe, distant, theoretical, a warm idea you can pull out when life feels too cold, instead of a burning obsession that keeps you up at night. The great irony is that most people do have dreams. They just keep them in cages. They feed them scraps of attention, a few hours here, a few dollars there, and then wonder why nothing changes. But the truth is, your dream will not survive on scraps. It requires blood. It requires your life force. It demands that you place it in the center of your existence and revolve everything else around it. And when you do, something strange happens. You stop needing constant motivation. You stop Googling productivity hacks and life tips. You stop caring about whether you're ready, because the obsession itself pulls you forward with a force you cannot explain. That's why the greats move differently. They're not inspired every day. They are possessed. They have built a relationship with their dreams so intense, so unbreakable, that the thought of not working on it is more painful than the hardest day of work. You must decide. Will you be a casual visitor to your vision? Or will you be its guardian, its builder, its protector? Because once you commit fully, once you step into the fire without looking for a way out, you will notice something else. The world will test you harder. Your obstacles will multiply. Your doubts will grow teeth. This is not a punishment. It is the initiation. The universe, or God, or fate, or whatever you believe in, does not hand over the keys to your destiny without making sure you can carry their weight. Every trial, every betrayal, every sleepless night is a question being asked of you. How bad do you want it? And your answer cannot be spoken. It can only be lived. If you endure, if you refuse to bow, if you keep building in the dark without applause or permission, you will earn something far more valuable than success. You will earn power over yourself. And when you have that, you have everything. When you have power over yourself, the game changes. You no longer move according to the moods of the day or the weather of your emotions. You move according to your mission. People will notice it, they may not understand it. In fact, many won't. Some will call you obsessed, unhealthy, extreme, and they'll be right. But what they call extreme, you call necessary. Because once you've tasted the control that comes from self-mastery, moderation feels like a prison. You begin to realize that the world does not bend to the lukewarm. It does not rearrange itself for the half-committed. It only shifts for the relentless, for the one who will keep walking through the storm after every other soul has turned back. Here is the secret that will feel almost unfair once you understand it. When you push far enough, long enough, with enough certainty, reality starts to yield. It begins to clear a path. The people you need begin to appear. The resources you require seem to find you. Not because of magic, but because you have burned away every possible alternative. When you leave yourself no way out, the world will, eventually, give you a way through. But this is the point where most break, because the price is steep. You will outgrow friendships. You will be misunderstood. You will carry the weight of dreams no one else believes in. And in those moments, you will have two choices: to cling to the comfort of the familiar, or to embrace the loneliness of the path that is yours alone. Those who choose the latter, they are the ones who build empires, shape history, and rewrite the limits of what is possible. Because here's the final, uncomfortable truth. Your environment will not hand you your destiny. You must force it to, not with arrogance, but with unshakable conviction. Not with noise, but with the quiet, consistent act of showing up so completely that the world has no choice but to adjust to your presence. And when that day comes, when you feel reality bending under the weight of your will, you will not be surprised. You will not feel lucky. You will know that this was the only possible outcome, because you made it so.